Hello, welcome to the Australians Campaign Headquarters. I'm Chris Kenny and I'm joined today by economics correspondent Adam Creighton. Thanks for joining us, Adam.
Thanks, Chris.
Look, economic management is always front and centre of a federal election campaign, and there's been a bit of economic news around this week. It started off, of course, on Tuesday with the Reserve Bank's decision to lower interest rates. Ordinarily, this is good for a government, an incumbent government, of course. Is that the case this time?
Well, it's certainly a mixed story on this issue. I mean, the Reserve Bank has cut rates to the lowest level ever, basically, since it was established in 1959. And so there is a view out there that when rates get too low, that's a sign of a very weak economy. And I think that's probably the case this time.
We have talked before, pundits and politicians, about emergency levels of interest rates. What does that mean, and are we at emergency levels now?
Well, look, we're certainly probably getting close to that, and the Reserve Bank itself has actually hinted that once rates get to around 1.5%, then that's pretty much as low as they can possibly go. So that leaves the RBA with only four more rate cuts in its bag. So if there is a serious crisis, then there's only 1 percentage point left to cut rates.
And I suppose while this will leave some extra money in the pockets of mortgage holders, it probably doesn't help that lack of consumer and investment confidence that seems to be about in the country at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's true, and also we have to remember that people paying off their mortgages are only a minority of the population. Increasingly, people are saving in bank accounts, and so when the official rates are cut, it's actually bad for them. So I think the old rule that rate cuts are good for votes maybe isn't so true anymore.
Okay, the other news out yesterday, of course, was the unemployment rate. No change to the headline figure, but of course job losses in many states, not so in Queensland, jobs growth in Queensland. Again, what are the implications of this for the economy and for the election campaign?
Yeah, certainly this is a bad story for the government, I think. I mean, the economy basically needs to create between 15 and 20,000 new jobs every month just to keep the unemployment rate where it is. But of course we saw that in July, the economy shed more than 10,000 jobs, mainly full-time jobs. And this is, as you said, this was widespread. Queensland was the only state to show any rise in jobs over that month. The unemployment rate, 5.7, is now at its highest level since the beginning of 2011. It's been creeping up from 4.9% to 5.7% fairly steadily, and both the Reserve Bank and the government are anticipating that it will reach about 6.5% next year, which is not low at all.
So concerning signs for the economy, and we can expect the opposition presumably to focus on jobs a lot more from here on in.
Yeah, that's certainly true.
All right, Adam Creighton, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Chris.
And that's all for now from Campaign HQ.